The sun burned bright over the quiet suburb of Rosewood Valley the morning the invitations went out, but nothing could outshine the bitterness tucked inside one of those envelopes. It was addressed to a woman they once called the nobody, the outcast, the girl who didn't belong. Her name was Marin Hale, and in the hallways of Ridgeview High, she had been the punchline to jokes she never asked for, the favorite target of the popular crowd who needed someone weaker to keep their own insecurities silent. What her former classmates didn't know, what they could never imagine, was that in the 10 years since graduation, life had forged her into someone entirely different. And on the day of the reunion, the world they knew would tilt on its axis the moment the sky began to thunder above them. If you believe in kindness, growth, and second chances, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Good Soul. Your support helps us continue sharing inspiring stories. Marin read the invitation with a steady breath, though a small sting still rose inside her. She recognized the handwriting on the note inside, Tessa Rourke, the former queen bee who turned cruelty into an art form. "We really hope you can make it," the message said, the sarcasm nearly dripping off the page. Marin knew this wasn't an invitation for connection. It was one more attempt to laugh at the girl she used to be. But Marin was no longer the timid teenager they remembered. The years had not just healed her, they had strengthened her. She had built a life far beyond anything she ever dared to dream when she ate lunch alone behind the gym doors. Now a successful tech entrepreneur, she carried herself with resilience shaped by every insult she once swallowed. The day of the reunion unfolded beneath a bright daytime sky, the kind where clouds drifted like soft brushstrokes. The old school gym looked smaller than she remembered, as though time had shrunk everything except the memories. Inside, laughter floated like confetti, shallow, exaggerated, and curated to impress. Tessa stood near the entrance, surrounded by the same group of friends who once ruled the hallways. They whispered excitedly about the carefully planned humiliation they expected to deliver the moment Marin walked in. They thought she would arrive shy, fragile, embarrassed. But fate had prepared a different entrance. A sudden roar echoed from above, slicing through the cheerful music and chatter. Heads snapped upward. The windows trembled. Even the banners taped to the walls fluttered as if bowing to something magnificent. A sleek white helicopter lowered toward the school field, sunlight glinting off its polished surface. Confusion washed over the crowd, then curiosity, then disbelief. One by one, people poured out of the building, shading their eyes with their hands. The blades slowed, the wind settled, and the door slid open, revealing Marin in a simple, elegant white dress that glowed in the daylight. Her hair, once tied tightly in a nervous braid, now flowed freely with confidence. Her posture was calm. Her expression, peaceful. She didn't arrive with arrogance. She didn't arrive to show off. She arrived with dignity, a presence shaped by years of effort, heartbreak, and perseverance. And as she walked across the field, the crowd parted without a word. Tessa stared as if she were seeing a ghost carved from success and serenity. Inside the gym, the atmosphere shifted. Marin moved slowly through the crowd, offering warm smiles to those who hesitated to approach her. She wasn't there for revenge. She wasn't there to flaunt her triumph. She simply wanted closure, something she never received during those painful high school years when solitude was her only companion. She looked around at the faces that once sneered at her, and instead of anger, she felt gratitude for the journey that had shaped her. Throughout the event, people approached her, asking about her life, her work, her transformation. Some apologized softly, ashamed of their past actions. Others pretended they had always liked her. Marin didn't expose them. She didn't push them away. She answered gently, understanding that people sometimes grow too late, but at least they grow. Tessa, however, couldn't swallow the truth. She confronted Marin with a strained smile, trying to sound superior, but her voice wavered. Marin simply replied, "We all change, Tessa. I hope you've had your own journey too." And that single sentence, delivered without hatred, crushed the last piece of Tessa's pride. As the sun dipped slightly in the sky but still shone bright across the field, Marin stepped outside again. She looked back at the school not with pain, but with acceptance. She had rewritten the story of her own worth, not through wealth or dramatic entrances, but through the way she carried herself. She left in the same helicopter she arrived in, though no one watched her with judgment now. Only awe. Only respect. If this story touched your heart, please like the video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to Good Soul for more inspiring content. Before the ending, here's a special request: please leave a heartfelt comment about the strongest lesson you learned from Marin's journey. Marin Hale flew away not to prove she was better, but to show that no matter where you come from, no matter how others define you, your future belongs to the version of yourself you choose to build, day by day, breath by breath, step by step.